Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How's everyone
Hi
today?
guys.
I hope you're all doing well. So thank you for joining us today. It's so good to have you all. Hi, Ken. Hi,
Hi.
Hi, Sophia.
Hi,
Oh,
Sophia.
there. Ida. Thank you
Aida.
for the heart. Meron ba tong mga heart reacts like Facebook? Wala yata, no? Give us a
Wala.
thumbs
Ay,
up.
here.
So yeah,
Give you
thank you for
heart.
joining us. My name is
Hi,
Marco
Aya.
Soliven. Aya.
Hi,
Aya.
Aya.
Kamusta?
Wow.
Uy, this is fun. Hi, Julia.
Gandang
Thank you
tanghali daw.
for being here. John Robert Punzalan. Gandang tanghali. Hello, John.
Hi.
Ang saya nito.
Shout
Wait,
out
ngayon
daw
ko
to
lang na-join.
Aya. Hello, Aya.
Hi, Aya. Pwede bang magpaano dyan? Pa-yoga moves ka naman dyan. Hello,
Oh,
Shelly from the UK.
we have
Wow.
John Robert Punzalan from Dubai. Hello.
Well,
Hi
you
from
can. Oh, I know. So we have someone
also
from
have
Dubai. We
yes,
have
and also
someone
UK
from the UK. Wow. How about you, Aya?
international.
Where are you from? Quezon City. Galing. So thank you all for joining us. I see Cheska. Hi, Cheska. Hi, Ifan. Is that how you say
We
your name?
have also from
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Hi, Evan. I think Evan.
Ifan. We are a fan of
Evan.
you.
Hi, Dana.
Hi, Dana. Kumusta? Thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon. So we hope this Friday before everything ends that you can learn a bit from us. By the way, my name is Marco. I'm from Studio Soliven. So I am the founder of the company Studio Soliven, and we make rugs and carpets. And we've been working with Hurray and Karizza for how long na ba? Maybe a
For
few
7
years.
years. Yes. Hi. I'm Karizza Uy, one of the design managers at Hurray Design. And I've been with the company for 7 years. Yun.
Wow, you
Yeah.
deserve a thumbs up. So if you could all give her a thumbs up, baka she deserves a raise. Speaking of a raise, sino kayang magpapa-raise dyan? Bong
Wow.
Rosie.
Ayan. Oh, ang dami
Raise
oh.
daw. Oh, see, if she deserves a raise, give a thumbs up. Okay, sorry, Bong. Sorry, Rosie. Medyo maraming
Noted.
nag-thumbs up.
Wait, I'll screen share. This is noted daw. As per our
Wait,
creative director.
pwede bang pwede ba ako magka-commission from that race? Kasi ako nagsabi. Can I get a cut? I'll just give you my bank details.
Okay.
Hi, JM Montero.
Hi, JM.
Miss Karizza.
Hi.
Screen cap daw, sabi ni Aya.
Wow.
Yay! So far, we have 133 people watching us. So
Wow, hello.
I hope you won't get sick of our faces for about
Mhm.
an hour, and we will try our best to share what we have or what a little bit of our knowledge about design and styling the living room. Diba?
Mhm.
Karizza,
Yes,
what do you think?
yes. Oo. Yeah. And actually, I'd like to share also kasi we've introduced ourselves. So parang just like to share na I'm proud to say that I've handled numerous styling projects from
You deserve
residential
a
to
slow
commercial
clap.
spaces. Yes.
Slow clap,
Yeah,
slow
so I'll
clap.
be happy to share all my knowledge in styling and everything I know.
So ako naman, I think my whole life
Mm-hmm.
I've been working with carpets. So my
Mm-hmm.
first job was with a carpet company. So that was around
Mm-hmm.
2008. And then until
Mm-hmm.
now, I'm still working with carpet. So I think pretty much maybe our next invention will be siguro flying carpet. So abangan nyo yung flying
Wow.
carpet naman. So maybe that's all we haven't done yet. So I hope you learned something, and by the end of this, I hope it's all fun.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe let's begin with our first poll of the day. Yeah. Okay. So,
Awesome.
yes, let me ask you this question. What is your major pain point in your current space? Yeah.
Me? Are you asking me?
Yes.
What is your major
Is
pain
it
point? For me,
yes,
sige,
is
go.
it too cluttered ba? Look is out of date. Maybe the design direction is unclear or the layout or flow is weird.
Well, for me personally, for our house, I can say, don't get mad at me, wife, for saying this, but I think it's a bit too cluttered. We have so
Cluttered.
much stuff,
Yeah.
honestly, like, especially with two kids, there's just like so much stuff everywhere. Even with
Mhm.
our dog has so many toys. So like, I
Mhm.
think there's just too much clutter. And I think based on our poll, everyone's saying they also have too much clutter. 34 answers,
Mhm.
42% says it's
Yeah.
mostly clutter.
Para I think too cluttered, no. Everyone can relate. Parang
Yeah.
most of the answers are too cluttered.
I
Next
guess
is
everyone's going through the same thing. Ikaw ba, Karizza,
yeah.
what's your pain point? Like, in
Same,
your
too
house?
cluttered.
Cluttered then? I don't
Yes.
believe you.
Yeah, actually parang feeling ko
Talaga?
everyone is expecting that all the designers are 'di ba organized. Yeah. So ewan ko,
Expectation
that's
versus
my
reality.
correct.
You know what's
That's
funny?
my
Because
mm,
I was talking to an interior designer then, and we met in her house.
mm,
Kasi nga, we can't meet in offices pa now eh. So we went to their
mhm,
house. And then she was super apologizing kasi ang gulo daw ng bahay niya. Sabi niya,
mhm,
wala kasi akong time to fix my own house. So I think
mhm.
it's just funny how, diba, like when you present to like your clients, it's so nice, it's so organized. And then when you go to their house, oh, okay, wasn't expecting that.
'Di ba?
But yeah,
Oo.
it's just the reality of things, diba? So
Correct. Yeah, so feeling
57
ko
answers for too cluttered.
yeah, that's the majority. Too cluttered also, no?
So we'll try to give tips on that later,
Yeah.
towards maybe the end of the presentation. So we'll tackle that later in a bit.
Mhm. So please stay.
Alrighty.
Okay?
Please stay.
Yeah.
So by the end of this, ano pala, if you stay till the end, we have just a little announcement for everyone from our side, from our team. So if you could stay till the end of this presentation, that would be awesome. So give us a thumbs up if you could stay. Thumbs up, heart, or whatever that's positive.
That's
Awesome. So hearts and
positive.
thumbs up. Anything positive, basta walang mga sad reacts or anything.
Correct.
So yay, we
Ayan,
have
oh.
plenty of hearts and plenty of thumbs
Thank
ups.
you.
All right, this is exciting.
Yeah. Actually,
Mhm.
Marco, just want to
Yes.
share na parang this is the longest time na parang I'm staying at home because of the pandemic. But
Well, it's
actually,
true.
oo. Pero it's ano naman, I like staying at home eh. Pero I think everyone can relate on that. Na parang nasa house lang sila now. And I just realized the importance of having a comfortable home
Yeah,
or a pleasant
that's
home.
very true. Yeah.
Yeah. And this relates to our topic for today, right, Marco?
Yes, it does. Because me
Mm-hmm.
naman, I'm actually the opposite of you. I like going out.
Yeah.
So, like before this pandemic, like you would find me out most of the time, either with the
Mm-hmm.
kids or with the dog. Like we'd go out to the dog park or like a
Mm-hmm.
mall. So like we're not home madalas. So that's just me.
Oo.
But like if it were up to my wife, she would prefer to stay home. So medyo opposite kami.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so now that we're stuck here, you see so many things, no? Parang, okay, wait, I need
Mm-hmm.
to fix this, di ba? Parang, okay, parang hindi pala bagay ito. Di
Yeah.
ba? So like you see even cracks on the ceiling. Hey, I think we need to fix that now. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this pandemic actually is also, there's a positive side to it, diba? Because you start taking care of yourself na eh. You start
Yes.
exercising, you start, working on the house. So parang there's also a positive side to all of this, right? So I think
Mm-hmm.
some of you also realized that during this time. But I
Mm-hmm.
think nung start medyo parang nakaka-stress, di ba? Like I think for the beginning, like the first 2 weeks to the first month, it was more like, oh my God, nobody touched me. Parang ganon, di ba? But now you're kind of used to it and like you're like,
Uh-huh.
okay, I think I need to start moving. Di ba?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. And I think going to the main event this afternoon, we would like to share some of our tips in
Mm-hmm.
styling. Yeah. So
Yes.
here's our 5 simple steps to style your living room. So let's start with our first. Yeah,
Style
it's
tip number
to
one.
yeah, number one is to identify the situation.
All right.
Siguro I can relate to life, parang just like in life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, na
Wow,
parang
deep.
we ask our,
So deep.
yes, it's too deep. Na parang we ask ourselves na parang what is the real problem in order to
Mm-hmm.
find the correct solution,
Yeah.
'di ba?
Wow.
Pero the main question is how. Parang
Okay.
how do we identify the problem?
Mm-hmm.
Siguro you may ask yourself these questions. Does my current living room serve as its purpose? Or maybe what do I want to improve? Yeah.
That's that's actually a good question to start. Kasi
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes our living room becomes the tambakan area, eh, diba? Like,
Yeah.
okay, as soon as you come home, just put everything there. And then till you notice, oh my God, ang dami ng tambak.
Correct, correct.
And then, diba? So I think that's the first best question for like how to determine like the situation of your place. Is your living
Yes.
room really like serving its purpose, diba?
Yeah.
I think for us, now I guess pwede na.
Pwede na, maayos
Pwede
na.
na. Medyo
Siguro,
maayos na
yeah,
siya
kasi
ngayon.
marami kang time to to reflect and mag-ayos ng house now.
Yeah.
This is the perfect time.
Actually, there's so much time now. Well, not
Yeah.
well the beginning, but there was like so much time to do so many things. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we started nga fixing first. The first thing we did was our office. Eh.
Mm-hmm.
So since walang office, we had to like make a room into an office. So I guess we started with that muna, and then we moved to the
Mm-hmm.
room, and then to the living room. So parang order of importance, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so first you identify the situation. You have to be
Yes.
honest, huh? You have to be honest with this. Does it really serve its purpose or not? It's okay if it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. Promise.
Yeah. So actually that's the first tip for styling. So
Mm-hmm.
after that, you'll proceed with our tip number 2. So
Ooh,
by asking which design theme defines you. So I think this is hard if
everything black.
you're, yeah, if you're not familiar or parang if you don't know what you like.
Mm-hmm.
But I suggest you can start by maybe looking at your closet. Um,
Oh
siguro
no.
what's the
Are you
common
sure?
color? Yeah, maybe
I
what's
have
the main?
everything black.
Oh, okay. So maybe minimalist, something like that.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Diba?
Ikaw ba? Like
So
what's your closet look like? Is it colorful?
um, ako kasi I'm very, yeah, I have colorful clothes. I also have black then, neutral colors. Parang I have
Okay.
all the colors. I'm
That's
very
awesome.
flexible now.
I have all the neutrals, I think.
Yeah.
From
Yun.
white
So,
to gray to beige to black.
uh-huh. So maybe you can start with that. Or maybe another one is maybe creating a pin board. So I think
Mhm.
everyone can relate on this kasi parang
Yeah.
pin board, Pinterest is a go-to, di ba? Parang when it
Yeah.
comes to um, inspiration,
Yeah.
inspo photos, maybe you can collect it in a folder. Or
Yeah.
maybe use old magazines.
Hmm.
So you can create your own mood board. Maybe create some cutouts, just like fashion designers do, diba? Parang
Yeah.
they cut out tapos they create mood boards sa wall. So something
Hmm.
like that. That's a good
Oh.
start also.
That's cool though, like, because you know how
Mm-hmm.
everything's on Pinterest now, and then even you just pin it, and then you're like, okay, gusto ko niyan.
Mm-hmm.
But
Correct.
yeah, so those are your like expectations yung sa Pinterest, and then it's more the execution eh. So
Correct.
that's
Oo,
where you
oo.
can help Karizza because you have a lot of contacts. Because like for others, diba? So like for example,
Mm-hmm.
they like this certain item, but like they don't know where to get it. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why it's also very helpful to have a good interior designer, diba?
Mm-hmm.
Because like
Yeah.
they most of the time will have the contact. So for example, you want this type of sofa, you have someone in
Mm-hmm.
mind na, diba? So parang that's
Mm-hmm.
also the benefit of having like an interior designer. Because like
Yeah.
if you don't, parang it's really hard honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you have this certain look, diba? that you want to go for?
Yeah, we have Abby here. She said Instagram is a good tool too. Yeah, that's correct, no? Parang it's like a Pinterest na parang sa
Yeah.
Instagram. Yeah, you
We
can
actually
get
have a
some
question now from
mm-hmm.
Aida. So
Ida.
she's asking, like, how do you choose a theme for people who can't decide a theme for their space with opposing tastes? Uy,
Ooh.
that sounds like me. That sounds like me, Aida. I think you're talking to me. Are you talking to me, or did you hear me say that one time?
Yeah.
Karizza, do you want to answer that?
Um. Well, I
How do you
think in.
decide? So, because that can help me also, because me and my
Mm-hmm.
wife have different tastes.
Yes, I think you can go for. Well, it depends on the style. Eh. When maybe we can
Ganito na lang. The wife always wins. Ganun na lang ba?
siguro hindi naman. No, no.
No?
Maybe we can meet in the middle, 'di ba? Parang we can parang get the idea from the wife and then the husband. Parang pwede sigurong hati or maybe
Talaga?
eclectic style. Yeah, it's
That's the
mixed
ideal
style.
situation though. But what
Mhm.
happens? Sabi ni Aida, I love it. Happy wife,
I love
happy
it.
life. So, if your husband is here, Aida, I suggest that, you just tell him, okay, okay, Aida, kung ano na lang gusto mo.
Meet halfway. Yun yung
Meet halfway. So,
yeah.
paano yun? Let's say, for example, Aida wants something pink, tapos yung
Mm.
husband naman gusto ng black.
I think yun, conversation talaga. Kasi I experienced this with my client na parang they like to have a pink but opposing siya with the industrial style. So
Yeah, so
parang
how
they meet
do you
halfway. Oo.
incorporate it?
Yung husband, he gave the walk-in closet for
Ah,
yung pink style. Yeah, the
okay.
pink color scheme. And I
But
think
let's
it
say,
works naman. Mm-mm.
kunyari, for example, the husband wants an industrial look, di ba? Tapos yung
Mhm.
wife gusto niya medyo, eclectic. How is that
Mhm.
gonna look for the entire house? Like, for example, di ba, you enter the living room, looks medyo industrial. And then,
Mhm.
that's okay lang for you? Like, as an interior designer, that's fine? Or do you want to have, like, a certain look for the whole house?
Well, for me kasi parang main priority pa rin kasi is the client,
Mhm.
parang what they like sa look.
Yeah.
And I'm here to help them na parang ipag-merge yung gusto nila.
So based on experience, may
Mhm.
experiences ka na ba that they clash talaga? Or is it like majority, like only the husband will deal with it, or like only the wife will deal with it? Kasi with us, like when we work with carpets, parang
Mhm.
majority of the time it's only one making the decision. Like
Mhm.
it's super rare that both of them are both present, and
Mhm.
no, parang it's either the husband's in charge or the wife is in charge. So parang okay, whatever you want, it's done. Parang ganon. So I want
Mhm.
to know like what happens with you guys. So like does that work also pag in the start of the design stage?
Yeah. Actually, we asked the client kung sino yung main point person when it comes to decisions. 'Di ba?
Mhm.
Kasi parang actually same with you. Parang you ask the client kung sino yung magde-decide in the end.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the same.
That's much true, yeah.
Mm-mm.
So I think it's more about, so because you're married, you want your partner and you want yourself to be happy, diba? So,
Happy.
and it's also
Yeah.
your house. So parang I guess it's more about just like giving and taking in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So parang trying to, okay, this is our house, let's make it look like our house instead of like
Mm-hmm.
making it look like my house. Because if
Yeah.
it were up to me, then I guess my house would be all white. But you
Mm-hmm.
still want the touches of like, the family and yourself, diba?
Mm-hmm.
So parang it looks like a home instead of just like, this is my personal space. You have to
Mm-hmm.
like think of it as like this is for everyone, diba? So that's when all the decisions like have to come hand in hand, diba? So parang
Yeah.
adjusting then in a way, right?
Yep. You're
Yep.
right. Mm-mm. Yes,
So I
I
think,
agree.
diba? Pero if you want just peace, you just say yes na lang to your wife. If you just want a happy home, just say, okay, dear, yes, let's do that now. It's done. You want this? Okay, sa'yo na. It's done.
I love it, Sir Marco daw.
I love it, Sir Marco. Okay, sige. You learn that, okay? So when your wife says she wants this, you just do it. And then everybody happy. You will have your
Yeah.
peace and she will be smiling all the time. So,
Okay.
wait,
so
we
Marco,
have...
I'd like,
Yeah, go.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, go ahead, go ahead. I'm just reading the
Okay.
comments of here, from here.
Yeah, I'd like to share also that at Hurray, we came up with 9 design themes
Mhm.
to help also our viewers now to identify their style or theme.
Okay,
So parang we've created this for every suited for every personality. So
nice.
I've just selected 4 of my favorites.
Mhm.
So here it is. So
I
it's
love
contemporary,
it.
minimalist, casual, eclectic, modern, functional, and neo-traditional. So guys, what do you
So
think?
nice.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, I think, pretty much what the Ida was asking. Feeling ko siya yung casual eclectic. Tapos yung husband niya modern functional.
Uh-huh.
'Di ba? So
Maybe.
like,
Oo.
for example, how do we go about that? Like, if she likes this, and then how do we merge that two together? Possible ba yan? Or
Yeah,
is
I
it
think
just like per room? Do we separate it per room?
actually we can go for eclectic. That's eclectic na eh. Kasi parang mixing 2 different styles. But that's
Mhm.
possible.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So
So
like, based on the poll, everybody likes
contemporary
contemporary
minimalist.
minimalist. So that's what I
Yeah.
like also. That's my
Mhm.
ultimate favorite.
Well,
Super
now that's my
simple.
favorite.
Talaga? Di ba gusto mo ng,
Now.
ng eclectic? Now talaga? That's what
Kasi
you like?
iba-iba. Yeah. Sa, actually in my bedroom, it's neutral, something like this.
Oh, wow. I
Oo.
would think you would like all the pinks and all the colors.
Thanks. Yeah,
Just like your
sometimes.
jacket.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody, well, majority, 51%, they like the
Contemporary minimalist.
contemporary minimalist. Yeah, it's so nice
Mhm.
kasi in the eyes, you know, like when you come home to this, it's just like, it looks so peaceful.
Uh-huh.
For me, I like
Serene.
see everything so
Mhm.
clean and parang, wow, so relaxing ba? Parang
Oo,
ganun.
oo. Agree.
Yeah,
Wow. So
they're
I
for number
think
one. So we have
we like
57,
contemporary.
52%. Yep.
Mhm.
So that's your answer also, minimalist.
Yes. But actually, I like all of our themes. No?
If I were to choose, I would get the minimalist and the modern functional. I like these colors.
Mm,
This is my wardrobe.
yeah. Oo nga. Modern functional.
Diba? The traditionalism, like medyo older a bit, no?
Oo nga.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I would like to share also my inputs here.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So contemporary minimalist. So what I like about this style, maybe it's simple and clean. So I think you're right, Marco. You've
Diba? It
mentioned na
just looks
parang,
so peaceful.
correct. And I think the design from your collection is perfect fit for the style. It's
Thank
very
you.
neutral, and I love the texture. Can you
Yeah.
share what's the inspiration for the area rug?
Well, for most of our rugs kasi, it's pretty much like we get inspiration from nature, pretty much.
Mhm.
And like with our designs, we try to keep it simple in a way. So
Mhm.
parang we like to play with the texture, like levels of going up and down, and like the colors, we
Mhm.
like to make it neutral, just like this. It's like an off-white and a beige. So I think even if you put this in a different space, I think it could still match with furniture. I think even if you change the sofa to like a dark blue, I think it'll still work, diba? So that's why pretty much most of our designs are minimalist and
Mhm.
neutral. So
Mhm.
just like I said, this one was based from, I remember getting this design from the trees. So that's where I
Mm.
find my inspiration, because you can get inspiration anywhere. You know that.
Yeah. Mhm.
We'll share a secret with you.
What?
Yeah,
Your secret.
I have a secret from you, because you know, honestly, you can find inspiration anywhere. Even if you're just walking on the street, you can find a nice design there. Sometimes you're
Mhm.
just not aware of it. Like even just looking at the cement on the floor, you can find actually a nice carpet design from that. So I think for the challenge after this is like, for example, you're just walking around, just try to find patterns or like textures around, and then you'll see, okay, this could work for a carpet. So which actually I want to share. See, this is what I was saying kanina. You can find inspiration literally anywhere. So even from your back, Karizza, that plant we can turn into a nice carpet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sige
So like for
na.
example, this one. For example, like what I was saying kanina, you can like if you're just walking on the street, this one we just got from the concrete. Like this was just an example. So this
Wow,
one, I
that's
just took a photo. I took a photo of this from the garden. Meron doon parang medyo nadumihan na concrete with all the soil and all of that. So I was thinking one day, parang, okay, maybe this could work for a pattern and texture. So we tried to render it. So this one on the right is the rendered digital image. And then, we can also play with different colors. So from this one, you can choose different styles. Like, for example, your theme is like colorful. You can go with this one, the fourth one. Or if you want blues, it's easy to change the color. So like from that photo that you just saw in the garden, there's just so many things that you can do with it. So even from this palang, you can start making it your own, diba? So like, parang now your eyes are more open, like you can see patterns literally everywhere. So like for me, even if I'm just watching TV or like a movie, I see patterns. I see, okay, magandang carpet yun. Parang ganon. So I think that for you then, I guess that works then, like, because that's your part of your job, diba?
Yes. And I think this is so parang sobrang flexible. Now you can also change the color para it can match other styles, diba?
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, like rugs, it's like a good way to express yourself. Because, like when you enter a room with a nice rug, you'll see like pretty much the style of the couple or like the person. Diba? As soon as you enter, you'll see their carpet. Okay, medyo minimalist to. Parang ganyan, diba? Or like, okay, when you enter, she likes like nice bold colors. So it's a nice way, it's a nice touch to like express yourself, diba? Like, because it's pretty much designing also. So yeah, that's what we try to incorporate with our work. Having like your personal touch to your carpets. Because it's for your house. You want everything personal for your house.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, diba?
Yeah, so next is casual eclectic. So it's my favorite also. Yeah, so what I like about this style, this is so young and bold. I like the colors, no? If you don't know, Hurray is previously known as Haima. It's known
I
for its
remember.
quirkiness, yeah. Its bold colors, yung parang like mixing of different patterns and
Yeah.
finishes.
I remember nga your feed before, it was super like colorful nga.
Colorful, di ba?
Yeah,
Like
buhay
we're
na buhay.
wearing all pastels kahit sa showroom.
Talaga? Even sa
Yes.
showroom? Even the art prints, I remember, like, it was really nice. It was actually, parang it catches your eye agad di ba?
Oo.
Yeah.
So I think, baka may Haima fans pa tayo dyan.
Anyone
in our
remember
audience.
Haima?
Yes.
If you remember Haima, give us a thumbs up or a heart.
Wow.
Dana says, me. Me, I remember
Hi.
Haima.
Hi.
I used to stalk you guys on Instagram. I think kayo yung medyo nauna yata din sa Instagram. I think.
Yes.
Because like, parang before pa, it wasn't like, not like right now that it's super uso now, diba? Instagram's like, okay, you need Instagram. Parang before, parang medyo nauuna kayo with like trends, diba?
Ito nga, meron tayong ano pa dito, Cubao X daw ba? Abutan niya pa yung Cubao X.
LRI.
And Brixton
madami
also.
A lot of people remember Haima. Yay! Throwback naman dyan. Throwback to Haima. So like, I think this one, Karizza, this design is medyo different from our first one, diba? This one is more, this one's like loud and happy and like, okay, eclectic, diba? But it's still pretty casual. For this one naman kasi, this one was designed by Solen. If you're not familiar with Solen, she's an artist. She's also like an actress, but she's been helping us like make designs. So this is one of her designs. So like from my collection and her collection, you can pretty much see the difference, right? So that's why I said like rugs are a good way of expressing yourself. So this is the way she expresses herself because like she loves nature. She loves like animals and like trees and like birds and tigers. So I think if we could summarize like her style, I think it's gonna pretty much be like medyo parang jungle. Because
Okay.
like even if you've seen her, if you've seen her designs online or like on Instagram, you can see her paintings are very detailed. Also very like alive with colors and a lot of leaves, diba? So that's her style. Like for our rugs, like once you see it, you know it's her design. Eh. Like you don't need to second guess it. Like if you see it in the house, okay, parang okay, I know that design. That's Solen's design,
Okay, so Len.
diba?
Oo.
Yeah. So like this one, it's I like the colors. I like how she mixes colors. Like pwede pala magbagay itong parang gray and pink, right? Like I would
Yeah.
never think of that. Me personally, I would never think of that. But I guess that's just how her mind works. So with her kasi, so yeah, since she's an artist, she makes it from the painting first. So like for example, this one she's painting, right? So that's where we get our renders from. So she paints it first and then we render it into a carpet. So this one naman on the right is the actual carpet na. So you can see it has the leaves and then we just change the colors based on her preference. So yeah, so pretty much what we're doing with the rug industry, I guess, is like we're trying to create a different way of making rugs. So we're not trying to sell just additional flooring. Eh. We're trying to sell like, statement pieces, like artworks on the floor. So that's what we're trying to do. So parang for us, the best partner talaga was Solen for that time. Eh. So parang, okay, she's like super talented artist and like, why not? No one's doing it yet now. Let's start it na. So
Yeah,
that's where
that's
it
good
all
to know nga
began.
eh. Oo.
Yeah.
Na you
And so far,
shared na.
it's really fun. Yeah.
Mhm.
And galing niya mag-paint, promise. Super galing talaga.
Yeah, super detailed. I can see nga
Yeah.
sa Instagram.
Super detailed. Like even with her rug designs, sometimes medyo it's a challenge like to get the colors correct because there's so many colors. Like sometimes we deal with like 42 colors for one carpet.
Wow.
So like we have to really label the colors one by one. So we don't make a mistake kasi if you make a wrong color placement palang wala na, it's gonna look different na. So it has to be super carefully, like super careful talaga yung paggawa. Claudine has a question. Karizza
Oh,
Bells.
how do you incorporate an eclectic design in the interior without making it too overwhelming? Well, maybe you can start with the color scheme. Um, siguro you can get the contrast, the bagay na color. So maybe some contrast color first. And then, well, hindi naman pwede ilagay lahat ng styles into the room, 'di ba? So parang maybe parang piliin mo muna based on the colors and then add some details. Parang unti-unti ka mag-a-add ng other details.
So like slowly, little by little.
Yes, oo.
So parang I think you can start with like table ornaments first, right? Or like maybe throw pillows. So it doesn't
Yeah.
be so like loud muna. So
Yes,
because you
correct,
can
correct.
get a lot of like nice pillows rin, diba? And then it's gonna add like a pop of color then and it'll be like more, it's not so nakakagulat. It's more like, uy, ang ganda niya na.
Oo.
Diba? Parang ganon lang muna. And then you can work your way towards what you really want in the end.
Yes.
For ano naman, Nian, she has a question. So what is your recommended material for good area rugs in the living room? Okay, so for this one, Nian, am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah.
It really depends honestly on like what's the situation now in your house. Because like for example, if you have kids, I think I would suggest because we're starting a line that's gonna be washable. So like if you have kids, I suggest you go for the washable line. We're also gonna have like the outdoor rugs, so it's gonna be friendly for the pets also. For like, I think we have to go back to the question of like, what's the current situation of your house? Because like, it has to fit your lifestyle. Eh. For if it's just not naman so heavy traffic, what Hurray usually gets is viscose. It's like the synthetic silk. That's like honestly the best seller here now in the Philippines for us because like it's very soft. It's like the texture is also nice to touch and all of that. And the feel is different. It looks very nice and classy. So, but if you want naman medyo matte, you go for wool. With the material for wool naman, it's fire retardant. So that's why it's also good if you have kids. Because for example, you don't know, sometimes they play with stuff and things fall. So with wool, if like for example, there's a candle there, tas biglang they lit it up, at least you're safe. It's not gonna light up the whole house. So it's actually fire retardant. So you're pretty much safe with the wool rug. So with that, I think Nian, it really depends. If you want, you can send us a message on Instagram, and then I think we could like suggest for you, like let us know like your current situation now in the house, if you have kids, or if you want just something for decoration or stuff like that. Julia, if you're there, can you just take note of Nian? Hi Nian, Julia will get in touch with you. She's from our team, Julia or Diego. Yeah, so we'd love to talk to you again, just to explain a little bit more. Did that make sense, Career Bells?
Yeah.
I'm calling you Career Bells, not
yes.
talaga.
We have another question here. So from Katrina Bibe.
Yes.
So does size of the rug matter in putting it, for example, on the living room?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Yes.
That's number one for
Definitely.
me. Because for example, you have so much space. It's so awkward if you buy a rug that's too small. It's gonna look really out of place.
Correct.
So, because sometimes people are hesitant to get the bigger rug because it's a little bit more pricey. So they tend to get the smaller ones, but in the end, it doesn't look nice. So if you would you think of it as an investment. You don't think of it, as just getting like another accessory. So parang you think of it, okay, this is where I live. I want to invest in the best for my house. Because like if you get like a 5x7 and then your 5 feet by 7 feet rug, and then your living room is so big, your sofa is like 4 meters, and then you put a 5x5. It's so awkward to look at, diba? Baka malaki
Looks
pa yung...
bitin.
It looks
Oo.
bitin talaga. So it's very important that you get the correct size. And I think later on this presentation, we have like size. We're gonna discuss the sizes later on.
Yes.
So we'll get back to you like to be more specific with that.
We have more
Barca,
questions.
do you choose the colors according to the theme every time?
Every time. Well, yeah. Yes. Colors, actually it's very flexible naman, na it can work kahit saang theme. Although there's a perfect tone for that, like the warmth. Parang it depends on yung coolness or yung pagiging warm. So, well, my answer there is yes.
Yeah, I think it's super important then. Let's say from the beginning, since it's all custom, I think it's best that you get the perfect color na. From the start pa lang. Since we do custom naman, it's always good to match it with certain materials na. So when we install it na, it looks super perfect and cohesive, the space. Yeah. Would Karizza, last for this, I think for this topic, we have a question. Does casual eclectic work with small spaces?
Casual. Yes, of course. I think every theme, kahit anong theme pa yan, it can work kahit anong space pa.
Yeah. That's true.
Yes. It will just depend on your layout, on how you plan it. Pero parang everything's possible.
Yeah.
Kahit bigyan mo ako na parang like a 3x3 space na kahit small pa yan, it's possible.
Yeah, and it's just pretty much getting the right sizes for the space, diba?
Yes.
So that's the important thing. If you have a small space, you have to measure. So measure the sofa, measure your walls, measure the rug properly. So everything, will fit properly. So I think the style naman, any like area or any gaano kalaki, gaano kalit yung space, I think it'll work.
Yeah. Everything's possible.
Everything is possible. Hooray! Say that. Hooray! Everything is possible.
Hooray!
Okay, so we have the next one. So like talking about Solen kanina. So like as you can see, like this one, It's very nice to design. There's like flowers, and you can see there's
Mm-hmm.
like medyo rust and all these colors. See that's what I was saying kanina about the color
Mm-hmm.
combinations. It's like I would have never thought that these colors would work together, but it's just
Mm-hmm.
like the artist in her that makes it work, I guess. So parang she just knows it in her mind pa lang, and then we execute it na.
Mm-hmm.
And like this one in the middle, you see the rug is on the in the corner, and it's parang irregular shape. So we can also make stuff like that. It doesn't have to be,
Wow.
yeah, it doesn't have to be a normal rectangle. So I told you from the beginning, it's like a good way not to express yourself. So like if you want
Mm-hmm.
your living room to have like this super shape rug, it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
So just always think in mind when designing, I think all things are possible, right?
Yes.
So yeah, it's just pretty much your taste and style.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, the next one, moving on, we have
Yeah.
neo-traditional.
Yes. Yeah, we have neo-traditional. So what I love about this style,
Mm-hmm.
well, this is a modern classic. So
Mm-hmm.
parang imagine yourself staying in a five-star hotel, something like that.
That's true,
So
no?
it has
It kind of reminds me of
mhm.
a hotel.
Yes.
Diba? It kind of reminds me of like yung mga medyo five-star lobby
Yes.
na parang you just look, okay, I feel so social right now. Parang ganon.
Mm-hmm. Oo.
Diba? Don't you just feel so fancy like when you look at this house? Okay, I feel so fancy. Where's my poodle? Where's my poodle or where's my chihuahua? Diba? Parang you feel so social there. So
Yes.
yeah.
So
And
what
pretty
I
much I
love,
think, yeah, go.
yeah, yung rug, it has the texture. Kasi you can do that, diba? It has different
Yes.
levels. Mm-hmm.
So
So
that's
it's
what we like to
perfect for
play
neo
with. We like to
traditional.
play with
Mm-mm.
textures. Talaga. So like, you know how most of the rugs that we see are all flat.
Mm-hmm.
So what we try to do is we try to make it textured. So like you can pretty much see it from a distance. Like, this rug
Mm-hmm.
is different. It has texture. It has like different materials and a different look. So parang from when you look around, you can see like, okay, this rug really makes a statement in a way,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, compared to
Okay.
Solen naman, this one's more
Mm-hmm.
simple.
Simple, yeah. And lastly, last style is modern functional.
This
So
one looks
what
like a bachelor's pad.
yes, you're
No?
right. So
Kind
yeah,
of looks like a guy's playroom.
oo. So in this style, what I love about this, it's very parang clean and crisp. So more on
Yeah,
straight lines.
yeah.
So siguro this one bagay for all the person who loves architecture. They value yung
Yeah, no.
architecture.
Yeah.
Yes.
This one's so like, yeah. Parang mga linear, no? Like I
Yes.
imagine this in a house that's super like
Mm-hmm.
linear na ganon. And then like there's a
Mm-hmm.
huge garden in the side. Parang ganon. And like their pool also is super like rectangular lang.
Oo.
Diba?
Yes, yes.
Super clean lines. So I think I'd like this also. If I could choose, I think I would go for this. This is more manly, no? I think honestly, ha.
Yes.
I don't know if
I think
would
this is for
girls
you.
prefer this look also. Do you think so?
Um,
Kung girl
mm,
ba, like ikaw honestly, would you go for this?
kung ako parang
No, I think
no.
more guy thing, no?
Yes,
Diba?
I
I think
think
parang
this is
ito,
for the guys.
you would put yeah, I think this if they had a dog, I think there would be a Doberman siguro here. Why am I
But
talking
someone,
about dogs?
yeah,
Why
but
am I
someone
putting dogs in the
from
houses?
from our audience, sabi I prefer it
Oh, they like
from
it.
AC.
AC likes it.
Yeah, she's a
Bianca
girl.
likes it.
Yes. Oh, diba?
That's
Very
awesome. I didn't
monochromatic.
know like girls would like this din pala. I thought this was more like for men. But that's a good thing, ah. So if you guys are married or not yet, suerte yung nyo, boyfriend. Hindi
Diba?
kayo mag-argue. Yeah, you won't
Oo.
argue about your house anymore. Diba?
Yes,
Parang
you're right.
okay, the guy will say, okay, I want gray. And
Okay
then
na.
parang ikaw, yes, okay, done. Let's go. So I think this is our third or fourth theme.
That's our fourth theme.
This
That's
is
our
our
last.
fourth now, okay.
Yes, oo.
So that's also cool to know that girls would like this look din pala.
Yeah. So if
This
you
naman,
want
this
to,
design, yeah, go. Sorry.
yeah. So if you want to know more of our design themes, you may inquire at us at Hurray Design. Yes. So it's
There,
here.
so you can book an appointment if you want to
Mhm.
talk to the Hurray team. Because
Yes.
in I'm not being sip ha. Honestly, I'm not being sip, but like based
Talaga.
on experience from working with them, they're very organized and they're very systematic. So it's very easy to work with them.
Thanks, Marco.
Yeah. Especially Karizza, sige na, since you're there.
Wow!
Joke lang.
Thanks,
No, but
Marco.
promise, it's true. So, no,
Okay,
if
I'll
you
buy a
wanna,
rug.
okay. But please pakikuha yung order niya. We
Thanks,
have a
Marco.
question from Abigail before we
Mm-hmm.
move on to the next.
Yeah.
She's asking,
Okay.
do you have any tips how to redesign a space from a traditional space? Dark browns, wood, ano yan? Cornices? Is that how you say
Cornices.
it?
Yes.
Cornices. To move
Cornices.
to
More.
contemporary without construction.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
That's you.
without any construction. I suggest that you go for repainting. Well, that's the best option. Or maybe change the wall colors, or maybe the finishes. So that's the best thing to do. And then maybe add
Yeah.
some accents, so pillows, something like that, to make it more contemporary or modern. Yeah.
But you're
Change the
talking
color
about kasi
scheme.
like you have a traditional space, and what's the dark browns by? Is it more the flooring or the walls or paint? Because if it's paint, I think even if you just paint the walls, that's an easy way to change the look agad, diba?
Mm-hmm.
By just painting. But like if you have a floor that's wood, would that work?
Yeah,
Would that
actually
making
for
bakbak?
floor, you can retain that eh. And then you can
Okay.
add a rug,
Yeah.
'di ba, to lighten the space.
Pwede.
So it's
Good
important
answer.
talaga na may rug.
Good answer. Thank you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. So like I think for that question, I think you just have to pretty much first change like I guess the sofa and like the medyo bigger pieces instead
Mhm.
of construction, like sofa,
Yes.
chairs, rug. And then with that I think you pretty much get a different look na. Even
Mhm.
if your walls are a bit, wooden,
Yeah.
because we can't visualize if the walls are there. Mix
Mhm.
of Mediterranean decor and Filipino furniture. Sabi ni
What's
Andrea.
this? How do you balance eclectic look? So mix of Mediterranean decor and Filipino furniture. Actually, it matches naman kasi parang Mediterranean decor. So it's kinda parang
Is that the one yung
okay.
parang medyo may mustard?
Yeah. Mm-mm.
No?
And
Mediterranean is
actually
like medyo
for
mustard.
oo. And actually it matches also with some Filipino furniture kasi maybe you have some wood elements. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's a parang magandang contrast with wood and then ochre, like a yellow color,
Wow.
something
Okay.
like that. Maybe you can match maybe you can add some rugs.
Yeah, so parang I think pretty much, I think number one, if you want to change the look, I think go with the paint first. Like change the color of
Mhm.
the paint. So if you're medyo Mediterranean, I'm visualizing lang, I could see like medyo
Mhm.
yellows and mustard. So I think if you change that to like a taupe or like an off-white, right? I think
Mhm.
that's gonna change the look entirely. And then you can like add a couch that's medyo contemporary, and then your chair, and then your rug. I think with those parang 4 steps, I think you could
Mhm.
change the look na by not even constructing the place,
Yeah, just
right?
paint or maybe a wall covering, that would do.
Yeah.
Kasi that's the
Mm-hmm.
I think for me that's the easiest um option.
Mm-hmm.
Siguro if you don't
So like
like to
wallpaper.
paint. Yes, wallpaper.
Okay.
That's
That's
the
a good idea
fastest thing
too. At
kasi.
least you don't have,
Mm.
yeah, that's easy also.
Easy
So
to
yeah, if you need
install.
wallpaper, contact them because they would know
Wow.
the best wallpaper suppliers.
Right.
So yeah, moving on, let's go
Yeah.
to, oh
Our
my
third. Yeah.
goodness.
This is our
Our third
third.
tip
Tidy up your
is tidy
space.
up your space. Oh my
Yeah, so
goodness, this is
it's
like
time to
for
channel your Marie
everyone.
Kondo. Oo.
Or try. It's the time to try.
Yes.
So like in the beginning, diba, we said like parang I think everyone was pretty much saying they have too much clutter,
Yeah.
right? And that's what, like, I think this is the hard part, because like us during, you know, the lockdown, we were trying talaga, we were promised, we were trying to like get rid of things. And like you, diba, you'd remove stuff from the cabinets. Okay, wow, this is so nice. Oh, this is his picture before. Or like, oh, I remember this. Ganyan, ganyan. So you try to have like a trash bag for like things to throw, and like what do you call this? Like something for, you know, the things to keep. Sometimes, how do you do it? Like sometimes you end up keeping everything pa rin and just putting it in a different cabinet.
Yeah,
Diba? Honestly, like how does it work? What if, like kasi, diba, Marie Kondo said, like, how does it spark joy?
Spark joy.
What if it all sparks joy? Because diba,
think-
may memories yun eh. Like,
Yes.
honestly, like you keep things because of the memories, right? But like, what if it all sparks joy? How do you get rid of it and tidy up your space? Push it under the rug.
Yeah.
Hide it under the rug.
Kaya I have a tip here. So, well, we have a poll pala. So, is your space tidy? Yeah.
Honesty
so let's
is the
ask
best answer. Yeah, you have to be honest. Is it tidy or not? Yeah, okay. People are honest. Very good. Very, very honest.
It supports
Andrea.
naman our first poll eh. Oo.
Yeah. Andrea is asking.
Talaga.
I think everyone naman talaga, like, especially now, you realize how cluttered your space is. Kasi you're just home eh, diba? Parang you see, parang, yeah, see, like what Andrea said, how do we declutter things? Itabi mo yung magagamit pa yan. That's so true.
I can relate. Itabi mo yan, magagamit pa yan. Oo nga.
Yun na nga eh. So paano yun? Like, what if everything na lang magagamit pa?
True. Oh my gosh, ang funny. Yes, yes.
Who can agree? I think everyone.
Yes,
kasi ako like sometimes, like you try to declutter, diba? Like for example, this cabinet. We have this cabinet. Ang dami talagang stuff. Like we haven't used it in like maybe years. But like when you see it again, you don't want to throw it. Iyak ka na lang, no? Iyak ka na lang. But yun na nga. So I guess it's really prioritizing the ones that you really, really need.
Yes.
Because there are stuff talaga that we don't need. It's just like more an emotional attachment, I guess. So I think also tidying up your space will help your mind, honestly. Because you know, when your space is so tidy, parang medyo peaceful yung brain mo, diba? Like, you know, okay, my keys are here. My wallet is here. My bag is here. Diba? So parang, even when you try to go out, you don't panic. Like, oh my God, where's my keys? Where's my bag? Parang ganon. So when you tidy up your space, it parang gives you less anxiety. What do you think?
Yes. Oo, parang I think it has several benefits din talaga kasi. What, like yung sinabi mo, it produce parang clear thinking. And parang I think for me, it generates a sense of parang accomplishment and maybe showing you care about yourself and your family.
Yeah.
Kapag nag-declutter ka.
Yeah.
So something like that.
So I think the first step to do when decluttering is like, okay, if you haven't used this in a few months, you don't need it. Parang ganon. Yeah. Diba?
Yes,
so just give it away. You can give it away and someone else will be happy. Like for example, this shirt I haven't seen in like 5 months, but I like it so much. But if you don't use it, give it away na lang. Because like someone else can benefit from that pa. So parang it's a win-win situation rin, diba? So parang you end up cleaning up your space and you end up helping someone also. Right?
Yeah, so that relates actually to our tip, no? So parang you can create a yes pile or a no pile. So maybe for the yes pile, will be for all the objects that you intend to keep. And then for the no pile, it's for the disposal. Or maybe Marco is right. You can sell it, diba? Ang daming online platform now that you can sell
you could
your
sell
item.
You can do it like this. So like, you know how Karizza has like almost 9,000 followers pala. I just checked kanina. Yeah, so she's almost with the swipe up feature. So what you can do is, I think everyone's doing it now. is you can have like maybe like, I don't know, a Facebook page or like an Instagram page, and you can sell your stuff because like people will need those stuff then eh. Yung magugulat kayo, like your old stuff that you don't need, people might need it. And now, kumita ka na ng pera, nakatulong ka pa. So, yeah. And it'll super, super help, I promise. Like when you know where everything is and when you see everything is tidy, it's gonna make your mind at peace.
Yeah. Yes. So, ito, ang funny, may nagsabi si Aida, tell yourself your heart has enough space. Ang dami niyang hugot dito.
Aida ha, gusto ko makita yung face mo.
Yeah. I'm curious.
Tell yourself your heart has enough space. Yeah, I'm so curious with you. Charot, sabi niya. But if I do it regularly, the clarity seems so easy.
Yes, I agree.
Siguro you can do it every month. So para hindi umaabot sa tambak.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think this is the perfect time to declutter kasi nga marami tayong time today na parang we're just staying at home. Diba?
Yeah.
And maybe that can be your inspiration na parang na nag-aayos ka, na parang ang sarap palang style ng house ko kasi it looks parang clutter-free, diba?
Yeah, that's true. I'm answering this question. Okay, so for the next, sorry, I was answering a question.
Yeah.
Look for the pieces.
Yes, so
awesome.
It's time for
what
shopping.
Are we looking for?
Yes.
The best part, spending.
Yes.
This is what we like.
So, yeah. When looking for pieces, so you need to create your checklist. So, ito yung mga kailangan. First is when to splurge and when to save. Siguro, yan. Kasi parang I think before buying, you need to know when to splurge and when to save. So for me, actually, yon experience ko, parang keep quality in mind. Quality.
That's a very good point.
Yes, that's very important. So parang allow yourself to splurge a bit to get a high quality item that will withstand years of wear and tear. Yeah. And
that's
then
true.
maybe save for small items like kunyari pillowcases, something like that that you can change over time. Na pag nagsawa ka, you can just change it yung sa mga small items.
Yeah.
But invest on Yeah. How about
when
you,
think
Marco?
kasi ako like when you say splurge, parang you feel like you get this sense of like you're wasting money. But parang when you say splurge, parang medyo negative yung connotation niya, no? Parang medyo okay, gastos ka ng para sa wala, parang gano'n, or like you're spending for so much. But like for us, like kasi, I think when you spend on something that's high quality, I don't think that's called splurging. I think that's called like because like when you invest in a nice thing, you won't feel it's a waste because you know it's really good quality. Like what you were saying kanina, you invest in the quality. You don't think of it like, you know, as like, okay, gumastos lang ako ng parang cheap shirt. Like for example, like you buy a shirt in some place that's super cheap, like 50 pesos lang. I tried that also before. I bought a shoe from this shop. It wasn't real. Let's just say it wasn't real. Nang medyo high school pa ako nung
Okay.
It wasn't real. So like as soon as I played using it, nasira siya agad. So that's the difference if you parang think of getting the quality versus, you know, just getting something for the sake of getting something. So that's what you try to avoid when, you know, buying things for your house. You know, don't just get something, you know, just para may magbago. Because you'll end up spending more. Like for example, you get this cheap thing in 2 weeks, wala na. You'll buy another one, right? So you always think of it like, okay, do I want this thing for a long time? And do I really, really like it? So, because if you really, really like it, you will buy it and you will say, okay, this makes me happy. And I think that's the important part then, diba? If it makes you happy. So, I don't think it's expensive if it's good quality. Yun lang yun. That's all I can say, right?
Then one more thing also sa checklist is
Mm-hmm.
focus on a focal point. So maybe you can consider hanging some large scale painting, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
even a that can be
That's
your
true. That
focal
can be
point.
your go-to. Because, like,
Yes.
honestly, like, for example, if your living room doesn't have a carpet,
Mm-hmm.
and then you roll out the rug, like the rug that you've worked on from custom scratch, from samples and from the pom-poms, like, where's my poms? Like, from here, you choose pom-poms from there. And then you start rolling it out. You'll see the difference talaga that makes it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's really, there's a big difference. It adds warmth, you can feel like your place has more texture and all of that. And it doesn't look bare, honestly. Like, your floor looks alive. Like,
Yeah.
that's just me, ha. Like, when you roll out the carpet,
Totoo.
it
Mm-mm.
doesn't look so dead anymore, diba? And
Mm-hmm.
it looks soft, eh, kasi malambot yung carpet, so it looks like, oh, it looks so cozy all of a sudden, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, there.
Oo.
Ne-
Just like
mm.
parang sa ladies, no? Parang kapag wala kang kilay, it looks kulang. I'm not sure if you can relate.
Wait, that's funny.
Pero parang
Oh
something
my
like that.
goodness.
Oo.
Kung wala kang kilay, imagine mo
Kilay.
si Karizza walang kilay. Hi.
Yes, I don't have it. Yeah,
the
something like
struggle
that.
the struggle is real for the girls. They talk about their kilay.
Kilay.
Yes,
Yeah.
Camille, you are investing. You are investing in your house. Because, for us, your house is like supposed to be your sanctuary. Like, you're supposed to have the best in your
Yeah.
house. So if you're going to spend, might as well spend for yourself, right?
Correct.
Diba? And Maria says, perfect time to upcycle some pieces at home,
Pieces at home,
like teacups and pots.
pots.
Yes.
Yeah.
True, true, true.
Yes.
So that's our checklist.
Yeah. Next
And then,
is to consider your personal needs. So I think it's important to weigh what looks good against what's actually practical to use. Um, if if a smaller sofa looks better, but you know naman na parang you'll be hosting a lot of friends and family,
yeah.
I think you can go for a bigger sofa. So parang something like
Yeah.
that. Mm-hmm.
It's nice also to have a big sofa. It just looks so comfy, diba? Like, when you see a big sofa, don't you just want to lie down on it?
Mm-hmm.
So I think those are the things that you have to invest in, like nice sofa, nice chairs, nice carpet.
Yes.
So I think those are like the main things that you see kasi first in a house. Eh. So like all those accessories like pillows, you can eventually change naman.
We
Migs
have
has a question. Yeah.
How do you create a focal point in a neutral or monochromatic room? So I think this is easy kasi parang you have that neutral color. So maybe add some dark tone, or parang one shade darker or two shades darker dun sa color of the room. And
Okay.
maybe place it sa painting, or maybe sa rug, or maybe pillows. And that can be your focal point.
Okay, that's
You
pretty good.
agree,
That's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. Because like, parang pag neutral kasi, no, it like blends talaga everything. So I think, yeah, by adding a tone darker will, change it. Like, for example, like we were working on this room. It was all beige, as in all beige. But they wanted the floor to like have a bit of an accent. But they didn't want it loud. So parang what we suggested na lang was like to add a bit of color. And it was like not naman super bright. It was like what do you call that color? Like a moss green or a dark deep emerald green na carpet with a mix of beige. And then the design was two-tone lang. So from there pa lang, from the beige room, you could see like just adding one carpet changed the whole look na agad.
Yeah.
By just adding like a deeper neutral color. So that's very, very helpful then, for the like adding a focal point, like the darker color, pero neutral pa rin.
Yes. Yeah. Next
Then there.
next
The
in
best
your
part is you roll it
checklist.
out.
Yes. Yeah, I think light it right first. So it's about lighting.
True.
So maybe it's hard kasi to change your chandeliers now kasi syempre mahirap na umakyat. Yes. So maybe go for for the smaller lighting options, so maybe change the table lamps or floor lamps.
Lampshades, yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You know what also helps is if you just change the tone of the light bulb.
Yeah.
Diba? Like for example, in your room, medyo naka
Mm-hmm.
white light ka. Change it to like a warm color. Like diba? What do you call that color? Yung parang medyo warm light. It will change the look agad of the room, eh.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I
Just by
agree.
changing the
Oo.
light. Yes,
So
Aya,
like
thank you for saying warm white. Yes,
warm
thank
white.
you. Thank you for helping me, Aya Pascual. So yeah, warm white. So by just
Mm-hmm.
changing the light bulb, it's a very inexpensive way to change
Mm-hmm.
the feel of the room already. So yeah, try to change up those colors.
Mm-hmm.
Kat
Yeah.
has a question.
Oh,
Hey
okay.
Kat,
We have an open space layout for a house. What is the rule in carpeting? Color and shape.
open space. Parang ang laki ng space na yun. When I think of open
Oo
space,
nga
because
eh.
I think it's so massive. So
Uh-huh.
one tip for me lang, Kat, is like if you have a big space, get a big carpet. Don't make the bed with a carpet. Because honestly, if you get a small carpet for a big space, it's just gonna look sayang. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna look bitin. So you know how like hotel lobbies have huge rugs.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine like for example, you enter Makati Shangri-La. You know Makati Shangri-La has this like round big rug, diba? So as soon as you enter, there's this
Mm-hmm.
big round rug. Imagine
Yeah.
that rug was like maybe half that size. It's gonna change the
Mm-mm.
look agad of the whole lobby, right? So
Yeah.
size is very important. If you have a big space, maximize the space.
You're
Get a
right.
bigger
Oh.
rug. Get a bigger rug. Make sure all chairs are covered. Because with that, you're gonna look very. It's gonna look very custom. Like you thought about the space. Like you've really invested, for this piece. And it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
make your space look so much nicer if you have like this massive, massive carpet.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, siguro, that's all I can say. Don't make the pit with the size
Yeah.
because it's really gonna make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know how like
And
you have chairs. Better sana if
mm-hmm.
like the carpet is even behind that. So like if like you have this like accent chair, may carpet pa rin at the back.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, you
parang it ties
extend
up the
that.
whole, yeah, you extend it in the
Correct.
back. So parang it
Uh-uh.
makes it like gives you a separation then. Like this is your living room, right? Parang
Yes,
ganun.
yes. I
So
agree.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't
How about
make
the color
it
daw?
bed.
Yeah, she's asking with the color and shape. I think for the color because it will depend on your style.
Yeah.
So I
Colors
think
naman any pwede.
yes, oo. And I think mood board is the key. Or
Mm-hmm.
parang you can match muna all the colors before you decide dun sa
Yeah.
carpet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can match from like for example, like if you have fabric or if you have a couch, we
Yes.
can match the color from there. Or
Mm-hmm.
if you have like existing paintings, we can get like colors from the
Yeah.
painting and add it to the carpet. So it's all still tied up,
Mm-hmm.
the look of the house.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And with the shape, it's up to you. Play around. If you want it like irregular, go for it. If you want it rectangle, go for it. But if
Mm-hmm.
you want to be different, go for an irregular shape. That's gonna
Regular,
really make
no?
a statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, like if you see
Mm-hmm.
kasi like medyo irregular yung shape ng carpet, like you think, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, saan mo nakuha yan? Diba? Like where'd you get
Mm-hmm.
that?
Yeah.
So it'll like get your guests talking then,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it's
Yeah.
different. It's a different shape. Like no one really does it yet, but it's a fun way to, add a nice detail.
Mm-hmm. So we have one more question.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mona Lee, what
yeah.
carpet can you recommend for a small space minimal home? So, Mona Lee, your living and dining is 3 by 6. That's the entire space na. For this one naman, what we can suggest is like, put it, kasi I can't figure out the layout but if it's not too big, you have to get the exact measurement. If you want, just send us a message. Julia or Diego, can you get in touch with Mona Lee na lang? Because like for this one, it's better if we do like an actual measurement. para sigurado. Because like we can send people to the site just so we get the exact size and the layout. Because like if it's hard to like give an exact size until we see the layout, like where everything's placed. But if it's a small space, you can get like maybe a small carpet that you can move around. Like if you get it for the living, you can easily move it to the living. So something like maybe with a standard size, maybe a 5x7 or a 4x6. So like for example, if you want to move it, like to a different area, it's easy to move. So unlike the one of Kat who has a massive carpet that's gonna be there, this one you can move it around. It's more flexible because of this limitation with the space. But it's also okay naman because you have to work with the spaces.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. I hope I
Yeah.
answered the question, Mona Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up. She said thank you. Thank you.
Daw.
Thank you,
Okay.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah. So last in our checklist, finally. So yeah, roll
You're
out a
ready to
rug.
shop.
Yeah, kanina pa natin pag-usapin yung rug. But
This is how we
that's very
roll.
important. Yeah, kasi you're right, no? Parang you can use them to partition a space in open floor plan.
Yeah.
And maybe it can protect also your flooring. If you have yung wood, something like that, you can protect that from dents and scratches. So it's very important to have a rug.
And also with the kids, like for example, like us, we have a 2-year-old. Like all the rooms are naka-carpet na, like our 8-year-old, and they're both carpeted na wall to wall. Because it's protection also for them because they move so much. So like even if they fall there, okay lang. Diba? So if they hit their head, okay, boom, okay lang, you're safe. So yeah, it also serves as protection for like the younger ones and also the older ones because we've had clients also who wanted like carpets for their banyo because they don't want to slip.
Yeah, tama.
So like it really serves as protection also, not just like
Yeah.
decorative, but also protection. Yeah.
Okay.
And
And
then
after that, you're ready to
sorry.
shop. Okay.
You're
So
ready to shop.
yeah.
So we have this saying with our studio that a room without a rug is like a wall without an art piece. Okay ba? It's kind of like,
Yes, I
because
like it.
you know how like, for example, you have a living room and you have this bare white space. It looks bitin, it just looks so kulang, right? But as soon as you add that painting, it just gives you that extra oomph, like, uy, ang ganda bigla, right?
Yeah.
And like, for example, if your living room doesn't have a carpet, it just, for me, this is just my opinion. It just looks very, very, like it's lacking something. But as soon as you roll out that new carpet, it just makes it feel, okay, this feels right. Diba? This feels like, okay, this feels like a home. Bigla. Right? What do you think about that saying from
Yes.
that man? Who
Actually, I
said
like
that?
it. Oo. Kala ko sa'yo galing. But
Sa akin
I
yan.
love it.
Inisip ko yan.
Yeah, I love it. Kasi parang, even, actually, in my experience also, parang some of my clients parang don't like artwork. Parang they're not a fan of some paintings. So parang I suggest na parang they add a rug.
Yeah.
Parang maybe that can be their art piece.
Yeah.
Diba?
Kasi honestly, like here in the Philippines, when you talk about carpets, kasi honestly, people think like, that's the last thing I need. Like on your checklist, like, okay, first I need paint, first I need like a sofa, first like I need chairs, and then carpet, tsaka na yan. Parang ganon, di ba? Like, I don't know if you've been dealing with clients like that, but we've been dealing with projects na medyo pinapa-rush nila because they never thought about it
Yes.
in the first place. But like, we're trying to add or educate, like, carpets really make a difference in the house. So by just adding like a 2-tone carpet, it will really, really make a difference in your space. Yeah. Super massive difference, I promise.
Yeah, nag-agree nga si
I promise.
Andrea. Sabi,
Promise.
indeed, rug is an art piece.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create art on the floor.
Yeah.
Next. Okay ba? A room without a rug is like a wall without an art piece.
Yes,
Wow.
I like
Aristotle once said. But yeah, it really adds so much to your space. So for me, if you could like buy something there are ways to save and there are ways that you shouldn't make tipid, because sometimes you make tipid with the wrong things. Like for example, you make tipid with your shoes and your feet's gonna hurt, right? Or if for example you can make tipid with a hat, I guess. I don't know. I'm just thinking out of the box because I don't wear hats. But like for example, you should always invest in good shoes because you don't want your feet to hurt. So I think you just have to figure out like what are the important pieces for my house? Like what's my priority? Do I want to add warmth or do I want it to just look stiff or something? So I think you just pretty much have to figure out like first what you want. So I think that's the starting point.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yes. Thanks, Marco, for that.
Thank you.
I love it.
I love it too. Here. If you want to make your living room the center of attraction, choose a rug that people can see as an art piece. So we try as much as possible to create different pieces every time. So that's why we do custom. And people often say, ang tagal naman, bakit ang tagal ng lead time? Number one, because it's handmade. And number two, we create it from scratch. Everything is dyed by hand. Everything is made by hand. So it's really, it takes time to make talaga. It's not like we're working slow. It just really takes time to make. And, we consider these talagas, like paintings. You don't want the painting to just splatter, diba? You want painting na parang, okay, I did this very carefully for you. Or like, I thought about it. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create art pieces on the floor. So like when you have guests or like when you see it, like, oh my God, it's really nice pala talaga. And it makes us happy to like get calls from clients that, Marco, you know what? Every time I see your carpet, it makes me feel so happy. So that's one good thing, because like they were on the second floor and their ano is open. Like how they have rooms on the side and then there's glass. So parang paikot yung glass and then the rug is like a big rug in the middle. So every time, naka-center yung rug. So when they look down, they can see this big rug. I think it's like 6 meters long. So like every time that they see it, it's like, Marco, alam mo, every time I go out of my room, ang saya ko talaga. So they're like, okay, that's very good to know. So parang they waited long, but at least, they're happy.
It's worth it. Ganon.
Yeah.
Oo.
Yeah. So there. So treat your rugs as art pieces, not just like an extra accessory.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. So this is, I don't think I need to read this now. This is what I was just trying to say, by like making rugs, your statement piece.
Yes.
Kasi parang nasanay tayo sa Philippines that, okay, I'll just go here to the shop and I'm sure they have available rugs. And it's so much different kasi if you see the process, if you see like from scratch, like choosing the colors, choosing the size, you'll see it's like you're giving birth to your own child. No, but you see like the whole process of it. Like, okay, and then as soon as you get it, yes, I waited for this. And it's just satisfying. So, yeah. It just makes a statement, honestly. And you know what? In the end, go for whatever makes you happy. Right? If pink makes you happy, forget what others say about pink. Go for pink. Right? If green or blue makes you happy, go for it. It's your house. Diba? If you want Hello Kitty on your floor, who cares? Go for it. It's your house. Right? So as long as you're happy, make it a home. Like, make sure it has your personal touch. We even had this client who put his like initials on the carpet para personal talaga. Right? So if you want to do that, we can. So as long as you're happy with what you're getting, that's the main priority. Get the sofa you want, get the carpet you want, get the painting you want. Go for it. We only have one life to live, so make sure you enjoy it. Diba?
Tama. Yes.
Right? As long as you're happy,
na ako, Marco.
Go for it. Yeah. As long as you're happy, Career Bells.
I'll put my face on it.
Don't put your face because you're gonna step on your face. Unless you put it on the wall. Diba? Yeah. So in the end, whatever makes you happy. Because people can sell you everything, but as long as you're happy in the end, that's what matters. Right?
Yes,
thumbs up.
You're right.
Thumbs up. Give me thumbs up.
Yun, may nag-thumbs up.
Thank you for the thumbs up. So everybody happy? Everybody happy. All right.
They agree, oh.
See? Thank you for agreeing. Oliver, thank you, Oliver, for being here.
Oh, hi, Oliver.
I feel so special that you're here. I
Wow.
love
Of course
Diego.
naman.
I love you guys. Thank you so much. Career bells,
Yes. Yeah. So
style 5.
last style tip. So number 5, it's the execution. So it's styling. I think exciting
This
part.
is your part.
Yeah, that's my
It's
part.
you.
Yes. So imagine this is your room. For
Mhm.
example, this is a bare room, diba?
Wow.
So yeah, you can
Bagong bili.
start yeah, you
Bought
can
it.
start placing
Mm.
your
Uy,
area rug.
beautiful. I like
Yan.
that. Did Solen design that? It's beautiful.
Yes. Oo. And then after that, you can place all of your furniture. Yeah, so couch, accent chairs, or maybe shelves.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, you can start accessorizing. So maybe
I
put
love it.
some plants, yeah, and some decors on a coffee table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about plants, plants add
Mhm.
such a big impact. Kahit
Yes.
maglagay, just put a plant in your office, it just makes it look alive. Right?
Oo.
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 Like, I like
Yeah.
your plant in the back. Isipin mo wala kang plant dyan, it's gonna look different. So thank you, plant.
Diba?
Thank you for the
Ikaw rin
sponsorship.
eh. Ikaw rin, you
I have
have your plant. It's there.
I have your plant and I have my pom-poms. Subtle marketing.
Yeah. You're right.
So yeah, so even by just adding the plant, it's gonna make your house look so nice,
Yeah.
especially with the carpet. Wink,
Yes.
wink.
Actually, that's my point, 'di ba? Imagine this without the carpet. It looks parang bitin. Kasi well, maybe wala ring wall art or
Mm-mm.
maybe walang wall treatment, but it
Yeah,
looks bitin without the rug. Yeah.
that's true.
Mhm.
And it ties everything together because, like, with
Yes.
this carpet, you know na the theme of the house pretty much, diba?
Yeah. It's kind of
So nice, medyo
tropical, 'di ba?
tropical. Yeah,
Tropical.
I
Mhm.
would live in that house. I like it actually. Kahit may pink, I would go for it.
Wow. Yeah.
I think it'll work.
Yes.
No,
And I got some
I sorry.
also yes, I got some bonus tips for you.
Thank you. I would like that.
Yes.
The
Here.
30% rule.
Yeah, introducing the 30% rule.
Wow, what is
Yeah.
this?
Yes.
Amazing. What is the 30% rule, Kariri Bells?
Yeah. Have you ever thought that your shelf decor did not look right or seemed a bit unbalanced? So
All the
parang this
time.
is yes, so 30% rule will help you out. So something like this. I have an example.
Oh.
Yeah. So when filling a shelf, yeah, with items, whether they be books or accent items,
Mhm.
make sure to keep 30% of the shelf space empty.
Wow, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
This way
Galing.
your shelf won't look too cluttered or too empty. So
Wow. That's
you
so
see, there's a
nice.
space.
So I think with this, you can see how cluttered your houses are. If you fill up 100% of the space, that's too much.
Diba?
So make sure you have like this 30% rule. And it's
Yes.
gonna look so nice, huh? Look, I love how everything is just like, even this one, may nakatilt na book. It looks so artistic, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Even how it's opposite. This one is leaning here and then this one is leaning there. I
Yeah.
like the style.
And
30%
it's
rule.
yeah, and it's parang naka-cluster. They're
Yeah,
group.
nga eh.
Mm-hmm.
And the
So
plant. Look at the plant.
yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's a good tip. That's actually a simple tip to make your look nice and tidy na. Just
Yes.
by knowing the 30% rule.
Yeah, I think that's a challenge kasi for us, 'di ba? Kahit kaming designers, it's hard
Mhm.
to style a shelf,
Mhm.
lalo na when it's big.
Mhm.
Parang, ano kayang bibilin ko? Ano ilalagay
Yeah.
ko? Yeah.
That's why parang
So,
biglang books are so important, no?
'di ba? Yes.
I remember like pag may styling, everyone's like, saan ka bumili ng book? Kailangan ko ng book. Or like, can I see your books now? Like, and then they put it up together and then they put this thing on top. It's like so
Uh-huh.
nice, the effect, you know? Like, who would have
Mhm.
thought that books can make such a nice decoration?
Yeah.
So that's cool, the 30% rule.
Mhm.
Don't forget this. It's a
Yes.
very good tip.
I have another one.
The
So
odd key.
another tip,
Odd
yes.
number is the
Odd
magical key.
number is the magical key.
Wow.
Siguro you're asking why odd number, no? Because
Oh.
actually it creates visual interest. It
So it's like the
forces
triangle offense of basketball.
yes.
I see the triangle offense.
Uh-huh.
Where's Michael Jordan? Joke lang. Okay, go.
Di ba, it forces your eyes to move around. Parang the
Wait,
grouping.
hindi ba
Mhm.
yan Illuminati?
No.
Joke lang. I'm joking.
Yun. Kaya it's for that reason that a set of three is more appealing compared in twos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually
So
so
it
cool.
creates visual interest. That's why
Yeah,
odd number is the key.
I like it.
Yeah.
Pa-share naman ito. I'm gonna start
Sure.
putting everything now in the house. Okay, this is supposed to be there. This is here.
Uh-huh.
But it's so nice, no? It just imagine if you put that in the center like this. Ano, it
Mhm.
looks weird, nga, no?
Yes.
Like the plant on the right. If you put it on the center, I think it's gonna look weird, nga, no?
Mhm.
But now that it's on the right side, it's so artistic. Wow, you're genius.
And
You're a
easier
genius.
also to style it with the yung triangle principle na
Mhm.
there's a height, different height. Na parang there's
Ah,
yung mataas, medium
yeah.
height, and
Mhm.
small. So parang there's an
Oh,
invisible triangle. So that's easier to style. Mhm.
galing.
Mhm.
So like you can use books, you can use those what
Yes.
are those
Uh,
pots, and then you can
pots
use
or maybe
plants.
candles or small vases.
Would
Yeah,
you
you can
suggest like putting photos then on like this coffee table or
frame.
no? Frames,
Ah,
pwede?
uh,
Like, or is that
coffee
supposed to be on the
table.
shelf?
No, yeah. I
No.
think it's better sa shelves.
So
For
for the
coffee
coffee
table,
table, ganyan
uh,
talaga, books.
coffee table books or
Mhm.
maybe candles, then some plants. Or if you have large coffee table, you can use a tray, and
Oh,
then
that
yeah,
you
you
can
can
put.
style inside the tray. Hmm.
Oh, galing ah. Wow,
Yeah.
even to the smallest details, it will make such an
Yes. Yep.
galing. I like that tool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start now.
Style ka na later.
What can I fix? Oops,
Mhm.
oops, oops. Oh yeah, and then here.
Yeah. So here.
Um, who asked this question kanina?
Yeah,
Was
parang
it Kat? Kat
I
ba?
forgot. I think cat.
Basta,
Mhm.
um, dear someone,
Yes,
if that was you,
cat.
please comment again. I think you asked this
Cat.
question a while ago.
Katrina.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yes, hi Katrina. So for the perfect rug size, it will of course first depend on your space. So and your placement of like your living room and your dining room. But what I typically suggest is like, for example, you want to always get a bigger rug. So it covers the furniture, or if it doesn't cover the furniture, at least goes under the sofa a bit, kahit half or one fourth. Because if it's too small, it's just gonna look awkward. Eh. So like for
Yeah.
example, this one for I think that was Kat kanina, the one who had
Ito,
the
cat,
big
cat.
open space. So Kat,
Yeah.
if you're still there, this would be like a perfect size for you, Kat. For example, you have like a huge, super huge space. Try to make sure that all the furniture is covered, parang like
Mm-hmm.
that. So imagine if your carpet was just here in the middle, like for example, the layout on the left, the leftmost design. If your rug was just in the middle, it'll look so different, no? It'll look so different from getting a huge one. So imagine your whole space is covered. It's gonna pretty much look like a lobby of a hotel. Because sign your space, eh. Don't worry, Kat. You can always get a bigger one. We are here
Yeah.
for
Oh,
you.
she said nasad siya. I got a
Oh,
small carpet. Maybe you can use that in your bedroom, 'di ba?
I was about to say you can always move that to the bedroom
Yes, 'di ba?
or the den.
Oh,
So
ganun lang
like
'yun. If you can
this one
also
naman,
Mhm.
like this one, it's kind of like imagine if you have an open space. That's why there's an X or like this wrong thing. Because it
Mhm.
looks bitin eh. Sayang yung space talaga.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you were to splurge, I think you should splurge on the carpet because honestly, it makes such a big difference.
Mhm.
Diba? Especially with big open spaces. So this is like I think the perfect size, the
Mhm.
one on the left. and then, sorry, I pressed it accidentally. For dining rooms, for example, like, because sometimes we've had instances that the dining room rug was too small. So my rule of thumb is to make it simple. Pull your chair out, and then, for example, on the dining room, you pull your chair out like that, and then from there you can see the space in the back. Siguro add mga 3 inches, and that's where you start the measurement of the carpet. So even if you move your chair back and forth, the chair is still on the carpet.
Carpet.
So you don't want to eat kasi na nakaganon, diba? Like you don't want to eat like the carpet is, or the chair is like tilted. So you make sure like when you get the measurement, you pull the chair back first, and then that's when you start the 6 inches all around, and then that's where you get the correct measurement for the carpet. So I think that's pretty much it. If you need custom measurements, just send us a message. You can easily find us, I guess, on Instagram, or Julia, whoever needs anyone. Just contact us. We can send measuring men to the site. Don't worry, we are all safe and COVID-free. So we have masks and all of these procedures, so everyone is safe. So if you want a measurement, just contact us, and we will be there. So yeah.
I think that's
Karizza,
it.
what's your tip for the carpet size?
Oh, yeah. For an enclosed space, yeah, ito yung tip ko, like 12 to 18 inches from the wall. If that's for an enclosed space, like from the wall. To make it bigger also.
For Claudine, she has a question. Okay, so for dining room rugs, I think, yes, you could put, it's actually optional pretty much for dining rooms, but I think it's also a good idea to put the carpets in the dining room. One, because it adds nice art to it. And then number 2 is, since wool, we would suggest wool for that, since wool is fire retardant. Because you know how sometimes on the dining room you have like, minsan you have like candles or like things that can burn. If that falls on the carpet, at least you're safe. Diba? So, kasi wool is naturally fire retardant, so it's also a safety feature for your house. So, but for dining rooms, get a dark carpet, not something that's easily nandudumihan. So it's either you get like maybe a deep beige or mix it with a different color para less dumi. But it also depends in your house, because if like you're just a couple, I don't think it's gonna get dirty naman. But yun na nga, we are here, Hurray or us, Studio Soliven, we are here to know. Just send us a message, we can answer your questions, even via direct message. We can help out naman. So I hope you learned a few things from us. If you have any other questions, you can still type in your answers. We still have a few minutes, right? So if you have questions, you can answer right now here in the chat. We are ready. If you have any questions, Karizza especially, she's ready. She's born ready. Yeah, she was born ready.
No? Where do we place the area rug in our bedroom space? Wow, umabot tayo sa bedroom space. Although, yeah.
You want to answer?
Yeah.
Go for it.
It's better to place it, sa ilalim ng bed. Where, good idea if you try it na kapag bumaba ka ng bed, matatapakan mo pa siya. So that's the reference, no? Am I right, Marco?
Yep, that's perfect.
Yes.
And you know, it's so funny because like we've had clients who wanted carpet for their rug. They would literally lie down first,
diba?
And then sit up and then step down. Okay, dyan ka. Parang that's where I want my carpet. Like as soon as I step down, I want the carpet there. So yeah, that's a good idea. If you have space, put it like as soon as you step down, the carpet hits, and then you have it like all around.
Yeah.
So that's a good size for that. If there are there other questions? If there are no more questions, I think we have we want to show like a short video lang on like how production is done for the carpets. Let's do it.
All right.
Thumbs up. Okay, so we'll just share. It's almost over 2 minutes now. Here, just so you can see production, how it works. There. Is it showing?
Yeah, it's loading.
So yeah, that's
Wow.
just a short video, so you can see like why sometimes it takes time, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so just it's really handmade, everything from dyeing to like even matching the colors. As you
Mm-hmm.
can see kanina, 'di ba, grabbing dami ng colors ng isa. I
Yeah.
think that was even Solen's design. So we have to match everything perfectly. So that's why it takes time. So patience lang talaga, but everything is handmade. But in the end, it's gonna be worth it.
Worth it.
So yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for
Thank
joining
you.
us. Thank you so much for staying with us. We hope you learned something. So if you need anything from us, just search us on Instagram at Studio Soliven, or you
Hurray.
Karizza at
Yeah.
Hurray.
At Hurray Design _ Yes.
And then we have, I think you can download the what do you call this? The presentation, no?
Presentation. Yes.
Yeah. So if you want to download it, if you want to study it again, it's a free download right
Mm-hmm.
after. And since you stayed, to those who stayed, we are offering a 15% discount to anyone who buys from here.
Wow.
So if you stayed to here, just send us a message. Just say you attended the webinar, and you can avail again of the 15% discount. So yeah, just
Wow
get in touch
naman.
with us via email or Instagram or Facebook. So yeah, we hope you had fun. We hope you learned something. So thank you for
You
listening to us. We'll see you again soon, I hope.
soon. Yes, yes.
Thank you, Karizza, for
Thank you.
everything
Thanks,
also.
Marco.
Thank you, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye. We hope
Bye.
you had fun. Peace.